Okay, guys. It is about 11:58 p.m. I did a live stream for about 3 hours earlier tonight. I'm not too sure if it's going to show because it ended up being a 3-hour troubleshooting session. I'm going to change the name of the file. This is what I was originally going to do. So for those who are interested in being yardmasters, this should probably not scary. It's actually pretty easy, and this is what we need more of. Um, Yardmasters isn't necessarily switching. For switching purposes, you're looking at anybody can switch. We have plenty of people capable of switching. It's not a question of if we don't have enough. What we need more of is people who are actually going to organize the switching. And then from there, it goes to people who understand the system or can follow the system, ask questions, communicate. Some people are too demanding, some people want instant gratification, etc., etc. So, I'm going to start with San Bernardino. Now, there are a few changes that we made recently, and I'm just going to show you one comment that I added tonight over in San Bernardino. Well, I'll use this one as an example. Now, San Bernardino, this actually changed the last cycle, I believe, but this is at the end of the last cycle. There was still a little bit more. It doesn't have all the time here because we changed the cycle. We changed the cycle from 40, I think it was a 40 to 46 or 48 or whatever the heck it is. So hang on a second here. There's always plenty of UP train stuff. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is see this comment right here. I might put this, perhaps this should be posted, maybe there should be an article on this with added to San Bernardino, but this comment here represents each emptying of 36 cars would go, of course I can't even see it because this thing is screwed up. That should say 21 Clovis and 15 for Chicago. And the reason why that comes up to that number is you can see there's two empties. 4 days a week there is, nope, that's not it. Let me try to find it here for a second here. 3 days a week there's cars that go to Chicago at 1610. And 4 days a week there's cars that go to Clovis at 3 a.m. So what you want to do is go in here and there's guys here that are ready to switch this tonight, so it's not a question. In tagging something really fast, and this is the thing with Yardmasters. Yardmasters access is the same as admin access, other than administrating the actual servers or Wikia. So I'm going to copy this, we'll empty them. So I'm doing a tutorial now, live stream, like I wanted to earlier. Okay, so that's Clovis. And these guys know how to do this. There's Tony right there. He knows all about this. He's taking care of this. So what's happening here is there's 18 cars per track for each GM trick. 21 of them gets emptied for Clovis. I can't read that because this thing is going like crazy. I won't be able to read the chat, I don't think. It's going to be a small train going to Clovis today. So is the Chicago one's actually going to be kind of small too by the looks of it. I shouldn't say that because there's more tricks. So once the other tricks are done, then that can happen as well. So I missed out on that chat. I'll have to, if there was anything for me, sorry guys, I missed it. Then I'm going to bed. It's past my bedtime, but it's a Friday tomorrow, so I'm not too worried about it. So that's 18. Relinquish that. Did I get them all? I hope I got them all. Yeah, so it says 18 empties at the top. So we want 21 of those. Clovis. Yeah. 19. 20. 21. And then we want to do Chicago, which I just want to get the right, yes, CHC 4, but just leave CHC, not CHI, but as long as we know what it is, it doesn't matter. Chicago, but I just wanted to make sure I had the right one. So the rest goes to CHC. And the reason why this is something we want to get people more involved in is because by the time AI is going and we have all these trains running around, these yards are going to get a lot busier. Whoops, I missed one here. I missed one somewhere in here. Oh, there it is right there. I didn't miss it. It just looked like I missed it. Still looks like I missed it. Okay. Just the angle. So what'll happen is within a matter of 2 hours of actual gameplay, another trick would be formed. And like for tonight, for example, just to get things going. Like Tony's over there right now. He can go take the San Bernardino job and run that. So I'm just going to put ready for GM2. And we're all set. I'm not too sure where the power is sitting. It's probably over in A yard right now. It's a little too dark, I'm not too sure. We'll have to check with the office to see where it is. Oh, there it is. Perfect. So yeah, so the fuel pad has the power. Of course, there's other stuff to tag, but we're not even. I wouldn't consider tagging anymore. And so yeah, like we're admins, so Tony, myself, Mike, whoever else we get to recruit, we can chat like this and everything is good. So there's the communication. He knows what's going on. He can go ahead. The secret here is for me, now you can post messages, but since we know what's going on, as long as people and the admins and the yardmasters know what's going on, you don't have to post a message. It's not required. There's your comment right there. So I just go ready to go, and then I go green like that, and then once that's done, another yardmaster will go in and do just what I did again with, I'll show you. And this is just for this jar. There's other ones here. If I take a look at the loads here, there's a lot here going. Oops, I'm set up to one still. I think I was set up on that one. Okay. So if you do a count of what's left, we got 4. Only 4 loads there. Okay. Looks like we only got 35. Okay. Looks like only another trick is needed after that for 35 cars. So, in that case, because it's 35, like normally it's normally you would have your capacity is 36 for those 2 ramp tracks. If it was more than 36, you'd have to go to a 4th trick. But in this case, the 2nd trick's ready to go, and then the 3rd trick will be ready to go. I guess the 4th trick is still needed now because we have to separate the Chicagos. I don't know if that's the best way to do it. We're still, and this is the other thing, Yardmasters, if they find something's not efficient, they can post other instructions or suggestions as well. Anybody can do that. Anybody can post a suggestion anytime. But so yeah, you have the 21. That's the ratio. So for 35, let's say, then you can go 20 and 15 instead of 21 and 15. The other way of doing it, like when you balance it on tricks, I don't know, you would have there's not that many cars there really, because your 2nd trick is ready to go, and then boom, it doesn't. You don't even have enough for 4th, so you're basically in the 3rd trick is when you're emptying it. So, or taking it and separating the empties or whatever. That's just yard work. That's not really a trick. But that's about it for right now. It's a short video right now. This was the video I originally intended on doing tonight to encourage more Yardmasters. And there's other ones, like Bakersfield. We have some issues right now we got to deal with, which if you saw the other video, you'll see why. But I'll rename that video because it was 3 hours of troubleshooting, and I'm about an hour past my bedtime now, so I think I'm going to head for bed. But that is just a brief, easy thing that a Yardmaster can help do. A Yardmaster can be specializing in one particular area. There's that possibility as well. So you could be the San Bernardino Yardmaster, but then if you're going to be the San Bernardino Yardmaster, then you have to be familiar with all the procedures of San Bernardino. If you're going to be a Yardmaster for all of California, then you have to be familiar with all the systems in California. And you don't have to know everything, but it's just like you can still have Yardmaster access and only know so much. Like, I mean, not every admin knows everything about every job. Doesn't have to be. So it's not a big deal. So anyways, that's all I'm going to do for tonight. And we'll cut this one off, and we'll talk to you again. Take care.